Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mill Valley Film Festival live stream with updates and news on the remainder of the festival. Thank you for joining us. So tonight at the drive-in, we have a 40th anniversary screening of The Empire Strikes Back. And honestly, you know, years ago, I saw 2001 Under the Stars, and it was kind of great. So I think the opportunity to see Star Wars Under the Stars is great. So join us there at the drive-in. If you haven't been there, it's really fun. It's the best drive-in on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. Tomorrow night at the drive-in, we have the Bee Gees. That will be our closing night. We still have some films launching. Launching today is, for a 72-hour window, is Apple's Christos Nikou's film, which apparently, according to KD, is also may well be Greece's contender for Best International Film. We also have launching today Viola Davis, who's receiving the Mind the Gap Award for her extraordinary performance, which will be viewable towards the end of the year in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Tomorrow we will be launching the trial of the Chicago 7 MVFF conversation, and the second screening of The Truffle Hunters is tomorrow, in case you missed the first screening. Also, reminder for Saturday, we have our Democracy Live roundtable that Shakira will be hosting, and she's a great host, so that will be pretty great. And let's go over to Faridah, who is here with us today. And Faridah, what do you have for us today?
Hi, everyone. Nice to be back. I just have, some helpful tips, some films to watch. So the first film I want to talk about is Lapsus, which is absolutely a great film, especially for this time, as we're having conversations about the gig economy and how it's affecting us as workers. And it's such a really just an absolutely lovely film that really kind of talks about what it means to work in our current environment, using a parallel present to tell it. So there's a little bit of science fiction to tell the story of us now. And then the other film I want to talk about is Teddy Out of Tune. So I know many of you went to go see Nomadland last night, and Teddy Out of Tune, I feel like, is in our programming, a spiritual connector. It also features someone on a road trip. This time it's a musician who's on a road trip to spread his mother's ashes, and he meets people along the way, and you kind of learn about what it means to travel and deal with mental health and addiction, and truly the connection people have with one another. So those are my two fun picks. But we also have a theme today, so I'm very excited to have KD come in and talk about our theme for this daily stream.
Hey, good to be back. Hey, Zoe. Hey, Faridah. Yes, by the way, I did have a chance to catch Lapsus, and it was amazing, and I really look forward to Teddy Out of Tune. So Lapsus is barely science fiction. It's really kind of science fact. So yeah, big plug for that one. Today's theme was brought to us courtesy of some of the comments we've been getting. We've been encouraging everybody who's listening to and watching the stream to reach out to us on comments. But some of these comments are coming from not just around the world, but from other species as well. So today's theme comes from 3 members, one of whom is named Buster, and he says, we want more films about turtles. And another comment comes from Colette the Artist, who says, why not more films about pigs and about pig artists? And the last comment comes from Bella, who might be with us today at some point on the webcast.
Hey, Bella.
Because she says, where are the gophers? Where are the films about gophers? Where are the films about dogs? And we say to those members, we have them. Today's theme is animals. And speaking of dogs, the Truffle Hunters. So I think Bella would be very interested in the Truffle Hunters because of the main role that dogs play in everything. We also have the film 23 Walks, which is built around 2 dogs and their people who fall in love. I saw The Falconer last night. Amazing film about a raptor guardian and falconer, and that's an amazing film. Of course, Colette, we want to give you a shout out, Colette the artist. So please do check out Colette. We've also got our first film about okapis, and that is the film Binti. I don't think we've ever had a film about okapis before.
No,
So
you're right. I think that's a first. Pretty amazing.
It's a first. And many, many more. So, oh yeah, My Donkey, My Lover, and I. That's a wonderful film. And Patrick the Donkey is a real star, as well as The Warden, all about the birds that surround us.
So, KD, we actually have 2 films that have donkeys in them, both My Donkey, My Lover, and Me, which is, you know, wonderful. And also He Dreams of Giants.
Yeah.
Right? And then, and of course, I'm a bird person as well as an animal person in general. So I'm really glad that you mentioned both The Warden and The Falconer. The Falconer, the filmmaker was in a conversation with us the other day, and it's like she had never shot animals before, and she shot a lot of that film. I mean, a big shout out to filmmakers who can take that on. But I wanted to ask both of you, I mean, what do you think is the animal performance of the year?
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Well, I have to go with, other than Colette, all props to Colette. She's way up there in my book. There's also Patrick the Donkey. He's amazing.
You're biased, KD. You're biased. How about you, Faridah?
So my answer is actually an imaginary animal, but still kind of counts. In Shithouse, there is a stuffed dog that plays a very lovely part inside the film. You should definitely check it out, and then check out the conversation afterwards to figure out what inspired my favorite animal in films this year.
Right, and I love that we're such a bunch of film geeks, and it's like, you know, we had this question going around about Empire Strikes Back. Is Chewbacca an animal? Of course, Sterling, you know, Sterling by name, Sterling by nature. No. Chewbacca is not an animal. He didn't say, you know, it's kind of like asking if a platypus is a mammal. You know, he said, but there are other animals in Empire Strikes Back, like the Tauntauns and the Minocs and one very angry Wampa. So, yeah.
Ooh, one more shout out to the Docklands film Queen Without Land. I haven't seen it yet. I plan to see it within the next 24 to 48 hours, all about polar bears. It seems amazing.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, we've had I actually have not seen that one yet either. And I'm really glad you mentioned it, because there are several titles, both from the festival and the Dockland roster, that I have not yet got to see. However, an announcement is that a selected group of titles actually will be available to us through next week. We're going to do a small encore of titles, which will be extended past this Sunday for an additional week. So stay tuned for details on that. Also stay tuned for your Audience Award ballots. We will be getting those out to you, and we would love to have that back from you. Anything else, Faridah, KD, any last animal noise or sound or observation? Then I think we're good to go. Enjoy the animals. Take care.